My voice is clear. Can someone answer? So, one small announcement for you. తెలిసిందే మీకు ఆల్రెడీ రేపు ఎల్లుండి 4వ తేదీ నుంచి మీకు ఆఫ్లైన్ క్లాసెస్ ఉన్నాయి. ఐ థింక్ yes. Have you received your timetables? Timetable వచ్చిందా మీకు?
No sir.
వచ్చినాయా? రాలేదా? Okay, I will send you soon. Already timetables were prepared. Okay, అందరూ కంపల్సరీగా అటెండ్ అవ్వాలమ్మా. There is no excuses. ఎందుకంటే ఆఫ్లైన్ అటెండెన్స్ అనేది చాలా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. సో ల్యాబ్ ఇప్పుడు దాకా మనకి థియరీకే వేసాం, ల్యాబ్కి అసలు వేయలేదు, ల్యాబ్ అసలు ప్రాక్టీస్ కూడా చేయలేదు. సో స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి అందరూ రావాలి. ఓకేనా, అందరూ వచ్చి క్లాసెస్ అటెండ్ అవ్వండి. సో వితౌట్ ఫెయిల్. సో ఆల్రెడీ మీకు మీ ఇంట్లో ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేసి ఉంటారు అనుకుంటున్నా. మీరు ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేశారా లేదా ఆఫ్లైన్ క్లాసెస్ ఉన్నాయని? ఓకేనా, కొంతమంది ఇక్కడే బయట ఉండే వాళ్ళు ఇక్కడే ఉన్నారు చాలా మంది. సో నో ప్రాబ్లం. అసలు వాళ్ళు త్వరగా అదే ఇప్పుడు రేపు స్టార్ట్ అవుతారా? మీరు దాన్ని బట్టి చెప్తే నేను రేపు ఆన్లైన్ క్లాసెస్ అనేది స్టాప్ చేయించి మేబీ జర్నీ ఉంటారని నేను ఏమన్నా అడుగుతాను. మీరందరూ స్టార్ట్ అవుతారు మీకు కావాలంటే. కొంతమంది అడిగారు, సార్ నాకు రేపు ఆన్లైన్ క్లాసెస్ వద్దు, ఈ విధంగా జర్నీలో ఉంటామన్నారు. ఎస్, ఆర్ యూ గోయింగ్ టు బి స్టార్ట్ బై టుమారో ఆర్ టుడే ఆల్రెడీ స్టార్టెడ్? Today no one started, I think so. Maybe in home they are not going to start today. Okay, so అందరికీ క్లియర్ గా చెప్పానమ్మా. అందరూ everyone has to attend. I need 100% attendance without any excuses. So try to attend. So most of we are preferring the lab sessions, so please try to attend. Attendance is very very important and mandatory. సో కాబట్టి మీరు అటెండ్ అవ్వడానికి ట్రై చేయండి. ట్రై కాదు, కంపల్సరీ యూ హ్యావ్ టు అటెండ్. చైతన్య చెప్పు, చైతన్య ఎస్ అని చెప్తున్నావా? అటెండ్ అవుతామని చెప్తున్నావా లేకపోతే ఏమన్నా డౌటా?
లేదు సార్, ఫ్లోలో వచ్చింది. సారీ సార్.
ఫ్లోలో వచ్చిందా? ఓకే, వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్, సో గుడ్ సైన్. సో యూ హ్యావ్ టు కమ్ ఎవ్రీవన్. ఇంకా చెప్పేది అందరినీ మీరు కమ్యూనికేట్ అవ్వండి, మీ గ్రూప్లో మెసేజ్ పెట్టుకోండి. సో వెనస్డే by 9 o'clock everyone has to be in the class. Okay, మీకు ఇంకేమన్నా పర్సనల్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్, అదే you have any difficulties or anything you want to ask me? As a class teacher I will forward your complaints to HOD sir or higher authorities. So you have any problems you are facing, so try to interact, then I can ask, then we will solve it without any interact. So anyone having problem or anyone having a doubt? So from 9 to 5 we have classes, offline classes. So maybe 4 hours lab and 4 hours theory like we have planned. So timetable maybe we will send you through groups today or tomorrow morning. No problem at all. So anyone having difficulty to attend the classes, so please inform before itself, then we will look to see that what is the alternative solution. There is no alternative. Online means we can see that whatever we can do. But offline classes, there is no excuses. We should attend. So what else? Anyone? Anyone wants to talk? So hostlers may come early and you can grab your room and arrange all those things. So that's why I told you already while you are in the examination hall and the classroom also. So try to have your luggage with for 4 weeks, maximum 4 or 5 weeks. You can bring your luggage. So why maybe they continue with the second internal or I don't know what is the plan. Maybe maximum 90%. They will plan after these 2 or 3 weeks of offline classes. They are going to be planned for second week examinations. So everyone, those who are hostlers, try to bring luggages for 4 to 5 weeks. Like that, you can plan it. Okay. So anyone wants to talk? Anyone having difficulties or problems? I think you are already in 1 or 2 weeks in the last one, or not only one time, 2 times you are in the you face the same offline for the examination purpose. Anyone having difficulties or anyone having problems, let you can tell me, then we will forward to higher authorities, then we can solve it. What else? Please talk, then only we will. 63, can you please unmute your mic and can you talk? 63. Unnara? 63.
Okay, sir.
63.
Yes, sir.
రిజిస్టర్ నెంబర్ లో ఏ ఉంటుందా బి ఉంటుందా?
B, sir.
17B. అందుకే నువ్వు పైకి వచ్చావు, నేను అందుకే అడిగాను. మార్చుకోండి అంటే అటెండెన్స్ నోట్ చేసే వాళ్ళకి ఇబ్బంది అవుతుంది. 17B. Shall I change or you can change? So tell me, anyone having problem? And we will solve all those things. చెప్తున్నాను అదే ఫైనల్లీ అందరూ 100% అటెండెన్స్ కావాలి. తర్వాత మళ్ళీ మీరు రాలేదు, మీకు మళ్ళీ కౌన్సిలర్స్ ఇంటికి ఫోన్ చేయటము. సో డోంట్ క్రియేట్ సచ్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ నాన్ సెన్సెస్. వచ్చామా, క్లాస్ అటెండ్ అయ్యామా, వెళ్ళిపోయామా. ఆల్రెడీ నియర్లీ 10 months you are at home. మార్చికి వెళ్ళిపోయారు, ఫిబ్రవరి. Nearly 10 months completed. So you have a very long period of freedom. So try to learn. I think మీకు 3-2 రిజల్ట్ కూడా చూసారు కదా, ఎలా ఉంది ఏంటి అనేది, అవునా కదా? సో కొంచెం జాగ్రత్తగా చదువుకుంటే పాస్ అయిపోవచ్చు. కొంచెం ఎవరికి చూసాను రిజల్ట్లో 18 members-కి ఒక సబ్జెక్ట్ పోయింది. అంటే చూడండి, ఏదో సంథింగ్ కొంచెం ప్రాబ్లం అయ్యి కొంచెం సరిగా రాయకుండా ఉంది. మీరు 1 సబ్జెక్ట్ వాళ్ళకి తెలిసింది కొంచెం వాళ్ళు ఏం తప్పు చేశారనేది, అక్కడ సరిగా ప్రజెంట్ చేయలేకపోవడమో, ఏదైనా 1 or 2 క్వశ్చన్స్ చదివిపెట్టడం వల్ల. సో అలాంటి మిస్టేక్స్ మళ్ళీ 4 వాళ్ళకి రిపీట్ చేయదు. సో మనకేమి ఆఫ్లైన్ ఆన్లైన్ అనేది మళ్ళీ అక్కడ చెప్పలేం కదా మనం. సో ఆన్లైన్ క్లాసెస్ విన్నాము, అర్థం కాలేదు ఆఫ్లైన్, అందుకే ఆఫ్లైన్ క్లాసెస్ కూడా పెట్టాము. సో సేమ్ థింగ్, 18 members ఉన్నారు, వాళ్ళ 1 సబ్జెక్ట్ కూడా క్లియర్ చేసి నెక్స్ట్ టైం వి నీడ్ 80% పాస్ పర్సెంటేజ్. సో మీకు చాలా ఫ్రీడమ్ ఉంటుంది చదువుకోవడానికి. అది ఎలా ఉపయోగించుకున్నారు అనేది రిజల్ట్లోనే తెలుసు. Anyone wants to talk or shall we start the class? So if you are hesitant to talk here, you can send me message or you can call me later. So as a class teacher, I will forward your problems to HOD. Then we will solve before going to BFA. Yes, anything else? Okay, we will go to class, and the last previous classes we discussed about the first mid question paper, how the questions we were asked and what the thing we have to write. Same thing. The two questions were successfully completed, and one more question is there that is, most of them are written properly only. Even though some of them not yet written that question, maybe I think I observed that most of them maybe time management was missed, so many of them. So that's why I unable to attend the three questions. Maybe 1.5 day, right? Something. So for that, what is generic classes one? What is vapor classes? And in generic, what is the generic methods? In vapor, what is the serialization, deserialization? What is boxing and auto boxing and unboxing? So maximum 50 to 60% people was written clearly. So even so, once we can remember these, then thereafter no need to remember again. We can directly write in. No need to prepare for the end examinations. You can directly write it. So for that, I am going to be explain once again about these generics and vapor classes, generic classes and vapor classes. So what is this generics? What is the generic classes? And what is the vapor classes? The Java generic programming is introduced in J2SE Standard Edition, Java 2 Standard Edition 5, version 5, to deal with the type safe objects. So if the type safe means we need to remember what is the type data type, what is the data type, and what is the type conversion and type casting information output. Same type safe objects. It makes the code stable by detecting the bugs at compile time. So in order to avoid compile time errors, detecting the bugs at compile time. So we are going to be introduced that we are not, that is a Java generics was introduced. Before generics, we store any type of objects in collection that is non-generic. Now generics force the Java programmer to store a specific types of object. Specific type of object. So Java generic methods and classes enable program to specify programmers, that is a coder who is going to be writing coder to specify with a single method declaration a set of related set of related methods and new changing is okay. With a single method declaration. A set of related methods are with a single class declaration, a set of related types respectively. So how we are going to be declare and how we are going to be assign the values for these types. So why we are declaring a variables in the program? So variables are going to be stored some data in the program. So that's why generally we are asked what is the definition for a variable. So generally we can talk variables are memory locations. Where the memory locations for in a CPU, the memory locations for in a hard disk, whatever. Where so where we are going to be specify these variables means variables are memory locations in the program. While we are writing a program, we are specifying where to store the data to the variable we are going to be storing. So Generics also provide a compile time safety that allows program to catch invalid types at compile time. So in order to avoid invalid types of data types, we are going to be using generics. So generics provides a compile time type safety. Using Java generic concept, we might write a generic method for sorting an array of objects that involves the generic methods to integer array, double array, string array, and so on. To sort the array elements, so how we are going to be sort? Generally, here we need to remember. So why we are using array? What is the advantages of array? So as of your first year, we can simply know that what is an array. Simply you can say whether it is a group of similar data common under one name we are called as array. But you are in a final year, we need to elaborately explain what is an array because we need to explain along with some application. So where we are going to be used and how it will be. So why I'm asking like this? I think I faced so many vivas or for the lab examinations. If you some how the interviewer or the teacher is going to be asked the viva for that. For example, you simply ask what is array. You simply said array is a similar type of data. What is similar type? So how it will be stored? Again, the question will come based upon your answer. So once you have a clear uh, definition and clear explanation, then there is no more questions from your answer. So not only for Viva, you can prepare any answer, or if you are saying the answer in the interview in front of interviewer, so prepare the way that there is no more questions from your answer. So for example, simply you can say that array is a similar group of a similar data, where the main concept of array is base address. So through the base address, the array elements are going to be stored in the arrays. So there is a various types of arrays are there, one dimensional, two dimensional, three dimensional. Based upon the usages of the user, they can choose any type of. So like that you can complete it. Simply don't make a question mark again for your answer. Once you have a clear vision on the array, then okay, they can know that okay, they know clear concept of array. That's why we is explained. You know, base address you have a clear idea. They have already told you so many times what is a base address. The simple meaning why we are moving from variable to array. So first concept is variable, then why we are moving to array. So variables are going to be stored at single data at a time. So when we have multiple types of data, the multiple types of data is a different multiple. So we can when we need to store that is another concept that is structure. When we have a similar type of data, so that we can handle by using. So what is the type safety? So we said this is the advantage of generics. What is the type safety? We can hold any single type of object in generic. It does not allow to store the other objects. For example, if I am giving int a, meaning of a is an integer variable. It can store integer value only. So if I am trying to store some other thing, maybe character or a special character or something that float value, if I am storing like this, it's trying to show some error. So this does not by the generics you can use this. So if without generics, before generics, what will be? For example, see that the list new array the Java code, there is a list of add 10 and add a double quotation of 10. So both are 10, but is it the data representation is very different. So 110 is a integer value, another 10 is another string. Because the data which we are representing in between the double quotation, it is going to be called as a string. So So if it is showing like this, there is no error while we are running the program. So it will simply take, maybe it shows at a runtime error. So while it's showing something special characters, it will show something different. It will prompts when we are going to be display the list that something differently shows. So this is actually compile time error. The meaning is we are making a list. A list is an array list. Array should contain only single type of data. That content we know. But the programmer is trying to enter the different types of data today. So what is going to do? So with the generics, it required to specify the types of objects we need to store. So see that is a in Angular process we are going to be use list integer. We are mentioning that a list should contain only integers only. So while, for example, we may use a string also. Because a group of strings also we can use now. What is meaning called group of strings? Can anyone know the concept of group of strings? Group of strings. Then in the two-dimensional array we are going to be called group of strings. What is a group of strings? String table. String table. So when we are mentioning a two-dimensional array in the strings, so one index will show the maximum length of the characters, that is the maximum length of the string, and another one will be how many strings are in that particular array. So that is it. So this is that's why we are mentioning. So the list array list, so which we are taking as a name as list. That list contains only integer values. So that specification we are going to be mentioned while we are writing the code itself. So that's why we are mentioning that in Angular process list is an integer. So if you mention like this, then the double quotation 10 will show us in the compile time errors. And another advantage is typecasting is not required. What is the meaning of typecasting? So that is a conversions, type conversions, converting from one data type to another. Is not required. There is no need to typecast that. Before the generics we need typecast. See that how they are list, new list hello, string s string. So we need to mention that whether we need to take it that data into the list as a string as it that only we need to mention something in the bracket. So I think I remember that internal two types of type conversions are there, no? Implicit and explicit conversions. Implicit is automatically is done. Explicit we are going to a programmer has to mention code for conversion. So like they have to mention what we are going to be translate. That is a conversion that we are going to be mentioned. The programmer has to mention whatever. So while we are storing, we are mentioning that the data should be a string such that it is going to be stored. We are mentioning that. After generics, we are mentioning the starting itself, the list, which type of things it should has to accept. So that is mentioned in the starting itself while we are creating itself. So there is no need of typecasting. So there is a two main advantages: type save and typecasting is not. Then another one is about compile time checking. So that is the main advantage of generics is to avoid the to inform the programmers in compile time. It is checked at the compile time so that the problem does not occur at runtime. So runtime, in order to avoid the runtime errors, the good programmer strategy says it's far better to handle the problems at compile time rather than the running time. So clear the problems. That is a good programming strategy. So try to find the errors in the compile time. Then it is a good. So that is the simple Example, in syntaxes, we have to write class or interface, we have to mention the type that will be in example, I use string. Then what is a generic class? Generic type is a generic class or interface that is parameterized to lower types. The following box class will be modified to demonstrate the concept. So see that box so contains various objects and one parameters how to. So that begin by examine non-generic box class that operates on objects of any type. It needs only to provide the two methods set, which is to add the objects to the box, and get, which retrieves it. So set and get methods are we are going to use, that is how to insert and how to returns or how to show steps. Since the downside you can see the last one, since its methods accepts or returns an object, you are free to pass in whatever you want, provide that it is not one of the primitive type. There is no way to verify it number. So how the class is used, one part of the code may be placed an integer in the box and expect to get the integer out of it, while another part of the code may be mistakenly passed to the string and resulting use a runtime error. So we are going to be avoid the runtime errors. The programmer use that strategy for it. So the new version of generic box class will be the box, the class name box. There itself we are going to mention what type of types we are going to be mentioned. So we see that the type parameters section is delimited by the Angular brackets followed by the class name, and it specifies the parameters and are type of variables given to you. I think we know that while we are going to be pass any parameters to the class or a function or a method, when we are going to be declare the parameters, while we are calling the parameters also in the same order. I will remember or not. So in which order we are going to be pass the values or pass the parameters to the function or method. The same way it will take it and it will proceed also. Why? Because there is a prototype used there, function prototypes, function declaration, definition, and calling. While we are calling something actual values to the function, so for formal parameters has order, actual parameters will send the data to the formal parameters. Actual parameters pass the values to the formal parameters. So same order should exist. So how it will be, for example, in one parameter we are going to use both integer and string. But while we are sending the data in a different string and integer we are sending. So definitely it should not exist, because there we passing should what we are going to be called to the formal parameter. The actual parameters type data type and formal parameters data type should match. To update the box class to generic, we are a generic type declaration to change the public box class to public class box with type. This introduces the type variables T that can be used anywhere inside the class. With this change, the bar class became so it will be see that. So previous we don't have any type in the box, that is information type, then it will change. So same methods or the second method. As we can see, all occurrences of objects are replaced by T. A type variables can be a non-primitive type you are specified. So any class type, any interface type, any array type, or even any type of variables So this is the same technique is applied for generic interfaces also. So just we are going to be dealing with the generic classes and generic methods we are going to do. So another one here is about type parameter and naming conventions. Type parameter and naming conventions. By converting the type parameter names are single uppercase letters. This stands in sharp contrast to the variable naming conversion that you already know about, and with good reason. Without these conversion, it would be difficult to tell the difference between the type variable and the ordinary classes or interfaces. The most commonly used type parameters names are, so these are naming conversions. No? Conversion means what the name and what is the so definitely we need to mention in the capital letters. No? Before just now we saw the box in Angular braces we mentioned T is nothing but is a type. So same E is the element used extensionally by the Java collection of frameworks. K is a key and is a number, T is a type, and V is a value, and S V to the second and third, the second and third and fourth. So as we see in the yes. To refer the generic box class from with your code, you can perform the generic type invocation, which replace the T with the concentrate values such as integers. So how we are going to be replaced with the T? So the T is the type which we have mentioned that we are going to be replaced by integers. Now we can think that a generic type invocation being is similar to the ordinary method invocation. So function invocation, I remember the same thing. Up to now, what we discussed. So what order we are going to got the same order we need to perform. So that is invocation. So still you are not remember about the invocation. So simply you can call remote method invocation RMI. What is the meaning of RMI? So how it is going to be respond the server? How we are going to be respond the server? So based upon the client request, the server is going to be respond. So what we are going to be type based upon the thing which shows the result. Which one you send first, that will be returns first. So the same order, that is method invocation. But instead of passing an argument to a method, you are passing the type argument, integer in this case to class itself. Note the type parameter and type arguments technology. Many developers use the terms as type parameters and type arguments interchangeably, but these terms are not the same. When the coding one provides the type arguments in order to create the parameterized terms, so don't be confused with the type arguments and type parameters. Generally, while we are talking about the functions, we can call arguments or parameters. We can have similar name only. Here it is. So, like any other variable declaration, this code does not actually create a new box object. It simply declares that integer box will hold the reference to box integer, which is how it is now is box in particular is usable. An invocation of generic types is merely known as a parameterized type. So the instance of this class, a new keyword as usual can replace place integer by the name with parenthesis. So that is the last we mentioned to the type. But here we may pass an argument. We may pass an So we can also substitute a type parameter that is K or V with a parameterized type. a single, for example, using the ordered pair, that is a k and v, so there is a key and value. For example, ordered pair is string and paths we are going to mention. So we know that nested types. So inside another inside, there is a function inside another function, a nested function class inside another class, nested classes. The same concept we can apply for these generics also. So generic inside we get generic. So now what is the meaning of this one? So string is going to be have a box. Again, the box contains an initial. So this is a ordered pair. So it may continue the one. So this is called a nested inside. Then another one is about generic methods. Generic methods are these methods then can be written with a single method declaration and can be created and can be called with arguments of different types. The compiler will ensure the correctness of whichever type is used. So definitely in what order we are going to use, the same order should exist. So the compiler will check the type. So we know compiler will check the syntax errors of your program. So not a logic. So what order you are used and what order is existing to the next parameter is called. The order is going to be checked by the compiler itself. So the generics are these are some of the properties of the generic method. Generic methods are the 5 parameters, the diamond operators, and type. So before it's a return type of the method declaration. Type parameters can be bounded. Bounds are explained later in the circuit. So that is parameters you are mentioning. That is generic methods. We have different types of parameters separated by the commas as a method signature. So method body by a generic body is just like SNF. So we are going to be mentioning cloud process. Then another one is about so what is a wrapper classes? So here we are going to be wrapper classes means we need to remember that some conversion is going to be there. This the wrapper classes in Java provides the mechanism to convert a primitive into object and object to primitive. So that two terminologies we can talk: auto boxing and unboxing here. So since J2SE 5.0, auto boxing and unboxing features are converting primitives into objects and objects into primitives automatically. These automatic conversions of primitives is known as auto boxing and vice versa is unboxing. So uses of wrapper classes in Java. Java is an object-oriented programming language. So we need to deal with objects many times, like the collections, serialization, synchronization, etc. Let us see the different scenarios what we need to use the wrapper classes. So these are changing the values to methods. Java supports only call by value. So if you pass the primitive values, it will need not to change the original value. But if we convert the primitive values in an object, it will change the original value. Serialization. So next one is about serialization. Now we are converting from object to serialization means a stream will come. So objects into stream to perform the serialization, and we have a primitive values converting objects through the wrapper classes. These wrapper classes only we need for serialization. So similarly, all these packages in so this table everyone has been shared. So it is auto boxing and unboxing, like to character and character. So once again,